Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of CaseyBuilds Live. Today we're going to be doing the set that I promised last week. Very excited about this one. We are doing the Mos Eisley Cantina. This one is a slightly larger one, and as I had mentioned last week, it arrived about, I want to say it was about 15 minutes before I was going to be going live on Saturday. So I didn't really have enough time to prep it, but I had enough time to get excited about wanting to build it. Anyway, this is what we're doing today. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. I can't remember when it was first announced. It was a while back. It sort of just showed up out of nowhere, and obviously, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I need to have this. This one looks amazing. So it's here now, and we're going to go ahead and start. Let's flip over to the old build cam here. Thank you. All right. So this one is roughly a little over 3,000 pieces. So it's definitely going to be on the larger scale. It is not as big as, say, the Death Star or the Disneyland Castle was. Those are closer to 4,000 pieces. 3,000 pieces. It's actually the very first build I did here, the Technic 911 set, Porsche, and it was that one was just under 3,000 pieces. But Technic sets usually take longer to put together than regular sets. Don't know the right way to refer to it. Non-Technic sets. Anyway, point is, with all of this, I'm not entirely sure how long... Oh, hello, Aunt Nancy. This build's going to take us. It might be a two-parter, maybe. Also, we got Luke here, ready to do his skywalking, which is a stupid thing that I just made up and I shouldn't have. I don't know if this will be a two-part build. It might be a longer two-part build, or it might be a three-parter. And I've been trying to figure out what the best way to handle this is. If it does need to be a three-parter, I might finish it up Monday evening, as opposed to, I know in the past I'd taken a Monday off to finish a build that I'd started, like with the Death Star. But I know just because I take the Monday off doesn't mean other people have it off of work. So just trying to figure it out. So if I end up doing this Monday night, or if I need to do a third day, it'll probably be Monday night, I guess, is what I've just talked myself into. But kind of playing it by ear. We're gonna see how far we get today. I think we could make some decent progress here. But this set looks like it's going to be a lot of fun with all sorts of neat little scenes and things, similar to when we built the Death Star. Lots of good Star Wars-y little tidbits here and there. And we put a bunch of these little clear ones on the bottom, which means that this is probably going to be something that's floating. Usually clear on the bottom means that when we look at it, we're supposed to pretend like there's nothing there. So usually that's what they do on things like speeders and whatnot, so that it looks like they're just kind of hovering. So, oops. Don't know if she's out there today. I'm not sure if my friends Steve and Yvette have ever popped into a stream. I think they might have at the very beginning. But in the off chance that they do today, it's Yvette's birthday, so happy birthday, Yvette. I always kind of thought that maybe I would just go back and, for people that I know that probably aren't here, might just send them timestamps so that they can hear their happy birthday on the channel. So Yvette might get a post stream link to her happy birthday wishes. In other news, I almost finished a time lapse of the piano set, so I feel like it's working. I was just shy of being able to export it and upload it to YouTube, so it's pretty much done. I think I finally figured out the stuff that I needed to figure out to make those work. So hopefully that means I'll have a lot more time lapses coming up soon, since I know some people have mentioned that they would prefer to be able to watch these builds in a kind of a fast-forward format. So I think I figured it out. I got a little help from my sister-in-law, Ariel, with regard to some audio issues. So I should be set. Ended up running out of time, and it was either get the time lapse on YouTube or have lunch, and I didn't want to be hangry for you guys today, so I opted to eat lunch, especially since anybody who loves these builds should hopefully be watching right now and wouldn't be watching the time lapse yet anyway. So yeah, this thing is sort of taking shape, but I still don't really know what it is. So I know a lot of people are excited for it to be October, because that means it's the month of Halloween, and I think a lot of people associate that with fall starting. All those sorts of things that people get excited about. I don't really know what this year will mean for Halloween, really. It's really not going to have any parties, or I guess people are likely to still be going out trick-or-treating, even though I think that's a terrible idea. But yeah. Covered up the last clear pieces that were down there exposed. One of my favorite, what I consider to be a October/Halloween event is usually that's the time of year when I really start rocking a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas. I like to use Nightmare Before Christmas in Halloween time as opposed to Christmas time, just because even though it can kind of go for either one, Christmas has all sorts of stuff. It's already got a monopoly on so many things. So using Nightmare Before Christmas for Halloween, it just gives it a little bit more emphasis. You can focus on it a little bit more. So I had gotten myself a sheet music book for Nightmare Before Christmas earlier in the year, and I've played out of it a few times, but for this past week I've been trying to get better with a lot of the songs in the book. It's actually a pretty tough music book to play from. There's all sorts of weird chords and keys and key signatures and timing and stuff that's just not normally done in civilized music. So I've been giving it the old college try to figure it out and get better at it in honor of the month. Okay, first sticker of the day, sticker number 4. Okay. Stickers are better when you get them positioned right. Oop. As much as I hate the stickers on Lego sets, it is nice that you can kind of you get a couple of shots with them. You can start putting it down, and if it's slightly off, you can usually peel them up, and it has enough stick that you get a few shots trying to get them into the right spot. See, that one was still wrong. So take 3. Once they've been on there for a long time, you definitely don't want to peel them off. The stick is all gone. But right when you're first placing them, they are somewhat forgiving, which is quite possibly the nicest and only nice thing I would ever have to say about them. As for other October-y, haunty activities, one of the sets that I have is a haunted house set that I've been saving to do as a October Halloween build. So be doing that at some point in the upcoming weeks. My mom thoughtfully got me a shirt. Oh wow, that was the end of bag 1. Thoughtfully got me a Halloween-oriented shirt that I'll be able to wear for that one. So, and that way I shall be prepared. Okay. Already done with bag number 1. On to bag number 2. Beautifully sorted as always. This guy, he kind of looks like a Gorn from Star Trek, which is obviously an entirely different franchise. Let's see here.
Those characters are in the Star Wars comic books, and I can't remember their names.
This guy's name is Wretched Kalfas. Wretched Kalfas. So he's got that going for him. I do not know what species Wretched is, other than the fact that he looks like a Gorn from Star Trek. Oh! Hello. Oh. Hello, Mama. Nice to see you. Wild Gecko. Welcome back. The haunted house, I'll be doing that one closer to the end of the month for Halloween. I actually haven't looked at the calendar. I'm not sure which day of the week Halloween is. But if I can do the haunted house on Halloween, that would be ideal. Halloween is on a Saturday this year. That's great. So I'll probably be doing the haunted house on Halloween itself. So that'll line up nicely. So we have a few weeks to wait before that one, but it's another one of the bigger sets, so it'll probably take us the whole weekend to build it. But it's not part of the set itself, but related to the set, or in the instructions, they have part of the instructions. If you buy some extra pieces, you can motorize certain parts of the set. So in preparation, I do have the motorizing parts already. So we'll be able to build the set and then do the extra cool stuff that's not included. So stickers. Sticker. Okay. I'm just gonna go. Excited to see what this ends up being. Oh man, this would be great if we can just get through all of the stickers right here at the beginning. I doubt that'll be the case, but a boy can dream. Let's see here. Okay. Still looking like some kind of speeder or transporter or something. Oops, that's not the right spot. There we go. Cordy sent me a link earlier today, or maybe yesterday, about yesterday, about the Razor Crest, not the Lego set Razor Crest, but the one that they made as a scale model for the Mandalorian show. And it's basically about building and filming the model. And it was a really neat little YouTube clip. It was about 20 minutes long, but it was about kind of modern model making and how they used 3D printing to print out chunks of the model, and then they would put aluminum, they would basically attach aluminum plates onto the 3D printed model, and it was all interesting stuff. Definitely seems like a lot of these things have changed over the years. I just assumed that everything on the Mandalorian, I assumed most models nowadays were all just computer generated, but they actually had a scale model Razor Crest ship that they used to do some of the space panning shots and stuff. So I thought that was pretty neat that they took a classic approach to get it to look the way they did. I'd actually considered leaving the Razor Crest set, basically the sets that we built last weekend, Razor Crest and Jabba's Bar, since they were all on Tatooine, I was considering leaving them built so I could set them up with Mos Eisley here and have everything be like one big set. But it just took up too much room. If I don't take sets apart quickly, then then I start to feel like there's too much clutter. So I like to keep my house tidy. Oh, this is great. Yeah. More and more stickers up front, which means less to complain about as we go further. Oh man, that one just fell right into place perfectly. Doesn't usually happen like that. That's exciting. Okay. Back end of our ship's done here. Well, that's an interesting piece. I don't believe I've ever seen a piece. I don't think I've ever seen one of these before. It's not curved. It's angled. I think that's a new one to me. I really should just make a list here so that while I'm in the middle of builds, because usually I'll point these things out and think that I want to go and look them up after the fact, and then I forget. And this is one of those ones that I think I'd like to look up if I can remember. Oh, by the way, wild gecko. I had been thinking a lot about your question, specifically what my favorite piece was, and I have an answer for you. I don't think it's going to be in this set, but there is a little rubber piece that is. They use them in Technic sets sometimes, and it's a little rubber piece. It's about the size of the one in the middle here, the 1x2 with the 2 holes in it, and it's rubbery. It's almost like a little gummy bear or something. And usually, when you see one of those, it means something.
The one that looks like a figure 8?
Yeah, it's kind of a figure 8. Yeah, it's usually if you see one of those, it means something weird or interesting or not normal is going to be happening with the set, because, as you know, Legos are solid pieces, and so they're usually built around the sets are usually built around certain principles. But if you see one of those, you know something weird is going to be going on. And I always like it when something weird's going on with these sets. Something surprises me. So I think that's my favorite piece. I didn't think to have one to show just now.
Yeah, I know what you
But
mean.
I will. I'll try to have one handy in the future, so that when you're watching a build in the future, if I know you're out there, I can hold it up and show you which one I'm talking about. Okay. Still don't know what we're building here, but... Oh, we're going to build a few of those. Okay. Set that off to the side then. And... Oh, there you go. Very good. Yeah, I find that they usually have them in Technic sets in particular. I know there was one in the Nintendo set, and it when you were building the old Nintendo console, the old NES, and it was part of the apparatus that locks the cartridge down in place. Ah, diving board. That perfect example of something that moves and needs to have kind of a rubbery stopper on it. So, yep. Okay. This is really odd, and I'm not sure where it's going. But I suppose we'll find out real soon. Oh, it's just the top of this guy. Looks like that goes right there. Okay. Well, we almost have a ship. Bo James. No, sir. Not not at the moment. Okay. Suppose that does work for multiple things. All right. Last few stickers. Nope, that one's in the wrong spot. So just to recap, we're so far all we've been working on is this ship. We haven't actually started building the cantina itself yet. So all we have so far is this little speeder. I feel like that would have to be hosted on a different platform. Bo James. Like age verification and whatnot.
OnlyFans? Is that the thing?
Yeah. All right. Okay. This ship is cool and all, but I want to start building my bar.
Yeah, where's your drink?
Okay. That little guy goes in there. Can't even remember his name. It was Herchik Kyle something or other. Huh. Okay. There we go. All right. Well, we got one of those. He has a ship. Nice. Let's just... Okay, here we go. It's cantina time. And we are done with that tray. Time to move on to bag number 3. So we'll set this guy off over here. around there. Okay, thank you. Oh. Okay. Well, here's. Well, I put this together. I'm going to read you some of the interesting facts here. So the bartender, his name is Wooher, which is kind of a weird name, but something that you might not have known, which I was going to talk about later, not knowing that they weren't going to, or not knowing they were going to say it in the instructions here. The bar itself, most people refer to it as the Mos Eisley Cantina, but its actual name is Chalmun's Cantina. And I don't know who that is, but that's the name of the bar. So most people just call it Mos Eisley. But as we all know, Mos Eisley is the name of the spaceport, the city really, not the bar itself. So there you go. Here's our bartender. Notably famous for telling us that they don't serve droids. Incidentally, Wild Gecko, this was going to be my second favorite piece, and I wasn't going to mention it, but since I'm actually building it right now, I figured it might as well. This one with the bending bit, because for me, this piece meant that there were going to be either moving doors or walls or secret passages or things like that in the really old sets that I used to build. That's what these were usually used for. In the newer sets, they use these to kind of get things going off in interesting directions, and they're usually fixed. They don't usually move around too much, but every once in a while we get sets now where these are still used as openings or things. And since moving parts are the best parts, that's my second favorite piece. So, bonus answer for you. There you go. Not really. There. It's kind of off center. Fixed it. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Don't tell Lex I knocked her pieces over. Apparently the next bag is going to be an absolute monster. Don't know if you guys can hear it when she grumbles about things, but that's what it was she was just grumbling about. I wonder what that's going to be. I wonder if this is the floor of the cantina. Maybe it's the entryway. So, Bo James, did you get your... Looks like if you're here, it means you must have gotten your electrical issues sorted out. I know you were having some issues at home there. Well, that's fun. There's a little, little bone like that a dog would chew on there. I don't know why that is necessarily in this drawer. Don't know what part of the cantina we're working on here. Seems kind of weird to have that, but maybe somebody has a pet and this is the snack drawer or something. Okay. Yeah, still don't really know what's going on here. Part of the bar this is. Okay. Maybe. No, I'm not sure. Thought I had a guess. I don't. I don't know if this is the top of a bar. There's lots of little pegs and things, and there's a cup in here, but I'm still not quite sure. Try to get that lined up. So like I mentioned earlier, if you've joined since when I first spoke about this is going to be a bigger set. It's 3,000 plus pieces, so it's not as big as, say, the Disney Castle was, but it's definitely going to be a bigger build. So this one is going to be a multi-part build. I'm not sure. I'll definitely be doing today and tomorrow like always, and then I think I'll probably, if depending on how far we get between today and tomorrow, might end up finishing this up Monday night, possibly, just to finish it off.
There are 18 bags in here on bag 3.
So kind of waiting to see how this one goes to see. So we're actually moving along pretty quickly right now. So it might move faster than I had thought it would, but still not entirely sure how this weekend's going to end up. Just have to kind of call it as we go. Yeah, it looks like a sushi bar. That's it.
It does look like a sushi bar.
That's exactly what it looks like. That's a yeah, perfect. Maybe they have fresh sushi at Mos Eisley.
Don't you think that'd be a little insensitive?
Yeah, the Mon Calamari probably wouldn't be appreciative of that, but I don't remember ever seeing Admiral Akbar on Tatooine, so. It's really cool though. I miss sushi. It's one of the few things that I don't feel comfortable ordering and bringing home. I want to have it fresh. I want to have it fresh in the restaurant. And I miss it. Okay. We can get this on here. Kind of can't remember who mentioned this last week, but he pointed out that putting these sorts of if you, I don't know what to call it, wiry pieces. It's not really a wire, but kind of a tubey one. I don't know. They work a little bit better if you pre-bend them before you actually attach them. So, pro tip. I also miss movie theaters. That's what I think I miss the most. No, I miss 7 Stars the most. Movie theaters are a close second, though. So anybody that 7 Stars softball movie theaters, yeah. Yep, I really miss going to watch Lex play softball. I've mentioned that to her many times. Sure, it's even worse for her, wishing she could actually go play it.
Who knows though? Maybe after all this rest, my arm will actually figure itself out.
I think this is some. Maybe this is the actual bar. Oh no, that's kind of a. Sort of looks like a tap, maybe? Bar tap? I don't know.
That's gotta be a little bar.
Yeah. Yeah, so as far as Star Wars themed bars go, seven stars is one that we've spoken, that I've talked a lot about on here. I think I was wearing the shirt last weekend. It's pretty much one of most of our favorite places to go. And I don't know a single person who isn't hoping that it won't be reopened once we're done with this COVID stuff.
There's also scum and villainy down in LA.
I miss 7 stars more.
Well, sure. Just saying, if you're gonna talk about Star Wars bars.
Yeah. The bar, the Star Wars bar in Disneyland, Aga's
Yeah.
Aga's Cantina is cool. If you haven't been there, it's fun. They really get the Star Wars feel down, which is really cool. But it's the sort of place that I think,
Not really somewhere you can hang out for all the time.
yeah, it's you can't go and just hang out there. It's a fun gimmicky kind of thing to go to, but I've literally spent entire days at a time at 7 stars. Sort of it's our cheers. Okay. Our bar top here is getting a lot more intricate. I'll be sure to hold it up and let everybody see it as soon as I finish it. I know it's kind of hard to see from this angle. Okay. I know the instructions are kind of hard to read, so there's some stuff to read here. I'll read that in a moment as well. Some of the Cantina bar's shiny metallic parts were reused from droid parts. So, like, these parts are IG-88 heads. Yeah. So we have that is a really cool looking bar. And now that there's drinks and taps and things in there, it looks more like an actual bar. Definitely looked like a sushi bar ahead of time, though. Oh, that's the end of that one. Okay. Flying along.
This one's gonna take you
Okay, apparently bag 4 is a big one. Ooh, boy. Okay.
5, 6, and 7 are all small though.
Okay. Okay, I'll set that off to the side. Mos Eisley Spaceport. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. Of course, we all are familiar with Obi-Wan's famous line. But I suppose this set couldn't be complete without including that. Okay. I typically don't take these things out of these boxes, but for whatever reason, I feel compelled to do so today. So this is a special day. Most of the time, these papery bits that they use for capes and skirts and things like that, I just because I don't want them to get messed up or ripped or anything like that, I usually don't take them out, and I'll usually just leave them in the boxes that they come in. And it's pretty much one of the only parts that I do that with. But that box in particular, usually they're all taped up shut, and this one was just a kind of a little folded tab. So when I take this apart, I'll be able to put them all back in there for safekeeping. So if they keep doing things that way, I'll probably use these more in the future. So we got Obi-Wan. Lining them up there. Okay. Kind of thought all of this would look a little bit more easier to know what we're working on. Okay, so right now it looks like we're building the this was obviously the bar. Now we're working on the booths around the outside of the bar where like Han and Greedo were sitting. So there we are. Yeah, even though the 7 Stars bar is a current casualty of the COVID stuff, I don't think there's any of us that believe it won't be back in full force in some capacity. Might be in a new location, who knows, when all this is done. There's a lot of us believers out there. There are way too many people who loved that place and called it home for it not to come back. Mm-hmm. Alright, there's not too much to talk about with the build at the moment. We're just sort of building out a restaurant booth.
Is that where it happened? Dun, dun, dun.
Is there anybody out there who hasn't seen Star Wars at this point?
Jason's not watching it.
I don't think so. Even though I don't think there's really anything we could say that would be a spoiler at this point with this set, since it's almost the very first thing of the very first movie, so I'm not too concerned about ruining things for people, but just out of curiosity, anybody out there haven't actually seen Star Wars? Or at least the very first Star Wars? Kind of seems like a silly question to ask, but I suppose important. For example, I know people like Chris Bailey's husband hasn't seen most movies. I know he's at least seen some Star Wars movies, but I wouldn't bet money that he's seen all of them. He's really failed when it comes to watching movies. So...
Spent too long watching horror movies.
Am I wrong, Chris? I'll take it back if you say that I am. If anything, I thought I was commiserating with you. Giving you a safe outlet. Let us know how you feel. Okay. Actually, a pretty cool looking restaurant strip here. Did a good job with these booths. Okay, your defense of his honor has been noted. You did a very good job. Good husband. So, fun fact, the Mos Eisley bar that filmed in Star Wars, the exterior shots, hello Taco Cub, the exterior shots were filmed in Tunisia. If you did not know, Tunisia is Tatooine. And then the interior shots were some soundstage in London or something, so that's less exciting. I mean, still important, I suppose, but not as exotic as Tunisia. That's all I'm saying, Chris. So, you know, a lot of people do their nerd pilgrimages to down to like New Zealand for Lord of the Rings stuff, and to like London for Hogwarts stuff, specifically Oxford and Scotland and all those castles and things. So, I suppose theoretically you could argue that going to Tunisia should be something on your nerd checklist, so that you could say that you've been to Tatooine. Okay. Big plate. Well, I'm not saying we need to go to Tunisia anytime soon. Just saying someday, once we get past all the Ronas. Alex wasn't lying. This is a larger bag here. Tables. Hallmark of a good bar is ample seating. In fact, I'd say that's one of the biggest problems with the cantina at Disneyland that they made, is that there's very few seats, very few tables. They just kind of expect people to stand and mill around, which encourages people to leave, which is probably their goal, since they want to try to crank people through as fast as possible. Okay, I don't know what. Maybe this is some kind of dance floor area over here. Not sure yet. Entry area. That would be a great idea, Taco. Anything that gives them more room would be great. Although they'd probably still just try to fill it up as fast as they could and keep moving you through, so. I guess most people aren't going to want to go to Disneyland, though, just to sit in a bar all day. I guess. Most people, I say. I don't know if you're out there, Mecha Dragon. I know you would. Okay. Here's another bendy bit that I doubt this will be used for a door, but it could, based on its location here. That could be an entryway, or it could be for an irregularly shaped wall with things that are not exactly 90-degree angles. Taco, I have not played Squadrons yet. It's just sitting there on my Xbox waiting for me to play it, and I haven't gotten to it yet. I was actually really surprised when I went and pre-ordered it that it was only a $40 game and not a $60 game. Not sure why. I'm not complaining that they're not charging the standard $60 fee like most games have, but sort of surprised to see that it was only $40, and it made me wonder if it was not a complete game. Have you played Squadrons yet? Actually, I suppose the question might be, are you currently taking a break from playing Squadrons to watch the stream? Multiplayer. There is a campaign to it, though, right? It's not entirely multiplayer. Is that why it's $40? Is because they focus on multiplayer? Is that the thing? Like, what was it? Battlefront? Was that a $40 game as well? So if I see a game that I think, hey, I want to play that, and then it's only $40, does that mean I should realize that it's probably a multiplayer focused game and it's not actually... Let's just go. Oh. It's not actually a campaign based game? I'm not sure how long the story is. Okay. Battlefront was 60. Oh, jeez. That's ridiculous. EA does a really good job of letting you know how interested they are in taking your money at all times. Okay, one thing that's neat about all of these booths here, the way that this is built is there's actually spots. There's a bunch of little pegs on the bottom of the booths, so you can see there's all these spots where you could actually put a minifig and it would actually sit in the chair. So it's kind of neat that they did that. But this is coming along nicely. It actually looks like it should. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'd kind of wanted to play Battlefront, and now I'm glad that I never did. We are nearing the end of this bag. This is cool. This one has printed on it the Imperial logo, and I should have a translator out. It actually has something written across here, which at one point in time I knew these characters a little bit better, and I could have probably just looked at it and known. Probably says like parts or something. And that is the end of that one. On to the fifth bag. Ooh, Disneyland app. Good point. I hadn't thought that they would have... I should have thought that they would put that in there.
I will look it up and see.
Okay, what's this next part here? Cabe is a member of the Chadrafan species, Chadrafan bat-like sentience with big ears and dark eyes. They communicate through high-pitched squeaks, which is also an effective way for a cabe to get the attention of Woo-Her, the cantina's bartender. She stands only 3.2 feet tall. Oh, so she's as tall as Carol.
Whoa. You better hope she's not watching.
There we go. There's Cabe right there. Pretty cute, that one. Hey there, Dad. Taco, how upset are you going to be with me when I tell you that I bought Squadrons on my Xbox and not on my computer. Oh, it says cargo. There you go. Thank you, Alex. I have a feeling that the first opportunity I'm going to have to see my GPU absolutely singing will be when the Minecraft update comes out with the ray tracing.
So sad. What about WoW?
WoW doesn't use the graphics card at all.
You should play Assassin's Creed on it.
Well, apparently I should play Squadrons on it, but
Then you just use one of those thingies that, like, USB connects your Xbox controller.
yeah, there's other reasons.
Stuff and things.
Spooky games. Cyberpunk 2077. So I haven't planned to play that game. Is that one that I should plan to play and plan to play it on my PC?
Is that the one that
And
Keanu
is-
Reeves in?
Yes. And is it a spooky game? I gotta admit, I really haven't paid much attention to Cyberpunk 2077, other than knowing that Keanu Reeves is in it. I will take that under advisement, Taco. I know Mecha Dragon is really excited about it. For me or for you?
Both.
Okay. Apparently bag 8 is going to be a fun one.
There are 4 bags in number 8.
Small speaker. That's a. I would be piping the Cantina music into my stream right now if it wasn't for the copyright infringement laws. YouTube seems to take those very seriously.
They're a bunch of buttholes. You can make another, what's it called?
Automation with HomeKit. Yeah.
We finished each other's sandwiches.
Okay. Guessing this will be the last step. Some little lighting torches here. Where's everything else go? Let's see here. Those go like that and they go upside down. These spots. Okay. Where'd everything else go? Oh, just make a stack. I think that's that. There we go. Yep. That's the end of that one. On to bag 6 and everybody's favorite droid.
He is not everybody's favorite droid. That's, oh, this, not the one you just threw.
Correct. There's no droid here yet. Here we have everybody's favorite droid.
The other one's in this one. So I was gonna say no.
Come on. Yeah, Taco, I do like setting up home automations with Siri Kit or with HomeKit with Siri to play certain things. For example, with the Disney castle and all the lights, I have it configured so that it will play. It'll turn on the castle lights and play Walt Disney's inaugural address when you ask to have a magical day. So I do like setting those sorts of things up. So yeah, speakers in the set are unnecessary since the ubiquity of home pods around my house is complete. Oops, that one doesn't go there. That one goes there. home poddin'. Yeah, maybe. If I had to guess at what the official Apple party line would be on how to refer to them, it would probably be, if you were saying that you have many, you'd probably say I have multiple home pod units.
What would you say on ponds? What's the point of that in actual?
Because sometimes with the Apple marketing and style guides, they have rules about how you're not supposed to say iPhones. It's supposed, like, pluralizing a marketing term is incorrect according to someone.
My ponds is full of
So I know that was a joke, but I'm not sure what the correct plural of HomePod would be. I feel like that's something I need to look up. HomePod yeah, that's definitely not right. Okay. So typically on these sorts of sets, I don't usually enjoy the way that they have us use these parts. Just like a single little grabber bit all by itself. But for whatever reason, in this set, the way that they've been having us use them, I've actually been pretty happy with. I think the reason why is most of the time they're single off by themselves doing something, and so far in this set they've been used to link up things and span areas with holding things between them, and that to me is way more interesting. So for example, like this, visually I like what they're doing with them here, and this may look like a totally normal sort of way to go about doing it, but for whatever reason, they don't usually do stuff like this. And so, I like that they're doing that. Homepoid. Yeah, definitely not that either. Where did these go? There they are. Whoops. Mike 16. I don't know if you saw Taco's comment, but he was telling you something earlier about Triumph motorcycles. If you missed that. Arabesh, is that the name of the language from the Star Wars stuff? Thank you. I'll let you know. Actually, there was some on one of the sets from last weekend. Oh. Done with bag 6. On to bag 7. On to everybody's second favorite droid.
No, that's BB-8.
Okay, third favorite droid. On to another droid. Oh dear. Got a C-3PO there. Just keep piling them up over there. Okay. Okay, looks like we're just finishing off the top of the wall up here. More wall top. So one of the things that we can tell by looking at this, here's the educational part of the show, looks like there will be a roof to this, but because of the way that we are finishing off the top of this wall, there's only a few studs that are going to be left sticking up, which means the roof will be meant to be easily removed. So we'll have just a few studs like this, which will be enough to hold it into place where it needs to be, but not enough that makes it hard to peel it off, basically. So anytime you want to look inside, you're going to be able to just remove the top quickly and get at the inside of it. Taco Cub, let me tell you how I feel about people running red lights. I don't think I actually need to tell you how I feel about that. I love my new car. I miss my old car. Torque's what gets you out of pickles. Or into pickles. Where do you go? You go over here. This windowy area. So just because it seems like we're building up an awful lot here, I want to hold this up when stuff is still visible. So the outside looks real good. Imperfect wall. You've got a few little windows here and there. On the front, kind of got this door knockery looking thing, kind of a window. Inside, got a bunch of booths with lots of drinks and things on them. So really is looking pretty good. And decently detailed. So far I'm liking it.
You're almost done, aren't you?
Yep. Okay. 2, 2, 1. This goes here. They're doing a really good job of having lots of irregular nooks and crannies, like you would expect from a, I don't know what to call them. I mean, kind of an adobe-ish sort of hut. Not really, but I suppose maybe close enough. But something that's built in the sand and kind of old and dingy and falling apart. So they have lots of really great little nooks all over the place for all that. Okay. Well, if you've never heard Lex scream before, I am done with bag 7.
Well, there's really not enough room on this tray.
Want to just
You're gonna end up with a bunch of shit in the corner.
give me what you got?
Sure. My favorite.
Or maybe just put all of those on a different tray. Or just dump all those right over here on the table. Wow. You're still doing an excellent job. Thank you.
Told you this one has some bad bags.
Before the build started today, one of the things that Lex was pointing out was the poor normalization with the bags and how some of them are really small and then some of them are really big. And when that is the case, it makes it difficult for her to be able to get everything sorted when I'm going from small bags to a big bag. This was a big bag that required a lot more time to sort than she got. So might need to get her tasty beverage when this is over. Oh, something to read. Sand Troopers is a nickname for stormtroopers operating in desert worlds. Their armor looks like a stormtrooper outfit's at first glance, but it's augmented with cooling units, a helmet, sand filter, and a survival backpack with extra rations and water. In Star Wars A New Hope, they ride the native Tatooine dewbacks through the desert in their search for the lost Death Star plans. The more you know. There you go. Alright. Oh yeah, there's all these pieces up here.
Tried. It was a lot.
Just not used to not looking on the tray.
I'm gonna kick you.
It's okay. You're doing great. Here's the backpack. Oh, apparently that was meant to go over his shoulder. There we go. Now the backpack area. You know, I have a whole flat of top ramen out in the garage just waiting.
Disgusting. That's how you die.
Okay, there we go. We got a fully loaded storm sand trooper there. Okay, now let's see here. I guess we're done with this part. Maybe we'll put that up there for the time being. And now we're building another area of the cantina. And who knows what area this will be. This is a really full tray. Mm-hmm. Man, I feel like there's not a regular angle anywhere throughout this whole thing. It's all over the place. Which just makes it more interesting, I suppose. Oh, okay. It attaches. So this is the front of the place. Okay, so that'll be out there. This must be. I don't think that's going to be a door. Maybe it'll be a door. We'll find out. If not today, tomorrow. Where do you go, little fella? So you go there. As accurate as this looks, one of the downsides to having basically everything be beige is when you're looking at the instructions, it's a little difficult to follow where things go all the time. I might have spoken. Well, no, that's probably going to be a wall. That's not going to be a door. We'll see. I would be pleased as punch if this thing ends up being a moving functional door, but I doubt that will be the case. Okay. This guy attaches here. Yep. That is fixed. So, proof of what I was saying before, they're not really the bendy ones aren't as frequently used to be. They aren't meant to be free swinging anymore. They used to be used for that purpose much more, but as Lego got more creative with their build instructions, they needed to be able to find ways to put things at interesting angles, and using these pieces is one of the ways that they can do that. So they are less used now for actually being hinges, and now they are used just to be able to put things off at weird directions. So it's all the more exciting now when you find the rare set where the hinges are actually meant to be hinged things. Okay, and looking at where we're at, we're almost at 2 hours, which feels like it's flown by to me. I don't know if it feels that way to anybody else, but for me, this has been awesome. I think, let's see here, we're at page 133 out of 400, so that is a third of the way through. So maybe we'll do one more bag here today, and instead of going super late today with the hope that we might be able to finish tomorrow, that would be a long haul today and tomorrow. So I think we'll probably finish up one more bag here, call it a day, come back tomorrow, see how what? We're not going to get it done tomorrow unless I go long today and tomorrow, and I'm not going to do that. So this will be a 3-parter that we'll finish up on probably Monday evening. So, decision made on that. Does my sorter have plans on Monday evening? Does that work for you? Would that work for you? Okay. Sorry. I apologize, I just assumed. That was rude of me. building now? Is this another droid, or what is this? I don't know what this is. Okay. Sticker number 8. Almost looks like an ice machine. Which would, I would imagine, be heavily used at a bar in a desert. Assuming it's an ice machine, which I don't even know if that's... This is... What does this look like? Anybody have any guesses? Space ice. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty much what I thought it was. Thank you. Space ice. Okay. Where are these neat rings? Which I suppose are maybe something that you could tie your dewback up to, or something, maybe. Dewback hitching posts built into the side of the building, since they're probably a little bit more likely to be able to rip themselves away from the building than a horse would be. I'm just guessing right now. But it seems likely. Or at least plausible. It's funny that a lot of the Harry Potter castle and sets use this exact same coloring, and even though it is the exact same color from the Harry Potter sets, just knowing that this is this set and it's part of Tatooine, it gives it more of a sand color to me, which it doesn't pop as much in the Harry Potter sets for some reason, even though it's literally the exact same color piece. It just somehow looks different with this set, knowing what it is. Which probably sounds like crazy talk. But oh well. By the way, if you are with us right now, I'll mention this again. If you're not, oh shucks, there it is. Okay. I will be away next weekend. So once again, next weekend we're going to be skipping our builds next weekend. So I know I've been pretty good about doing every weekend, but taking another one off. But that should be the last weekend off for a while. Probably until the winter holidays are upon us, most likely. So, hopefully you can find things to entertain yourselves next weekend. Cool. I don't know what this is. Looks like part of an AC unit or something. There's just all these weird little details around this whole building, but I don't know what they are. They're just interesting. They're just interesting things. Like, almost like when the Lego guys were building this, they're like, we're just going to put a whole bunch of these pieces together randomly and then throw them on the side of the building and just let that be that. And I don't think that's actually what they said, but it's what it feels like. Okay, we're building a door here, and we're using these parts. It's like a regular 1x4, a tall 1x4 brick, but it has a chunk carved out of it, and usually that means that it's built to have something slide in it, which for something like this could be a sliding door. So we are tentatively slightly excited to turn the page to see what this turns into. Because this definitely looks like it's a door archway. Thank you for the talking point. Okay, there's a sticker coming up. Oops. Come on. Yeah, so that fits in there. So this is going to be most likely a door. I suppose it's still could change at some point here, but so far strong hunch that this is a door. Oh, and we have some more Aramesh to translate. So get your translators out. Actually, I already know what it says. This one says Cantina. And it is the front door to the cantina, as one would expect. Okay, where does this attach? Right there. Okay. And the way this was built, there's actually a little stopper that keeps the door from coming all the way out back here. And it also, the way it's situated, will allow you to lift it up and it'll lock it into place if you pull on it hard enough. So, clever. Very clever. Alright, we're on the home stretch with this tray, then we're just going to do one more tray after this just to get ahead of the curve a little, and then we'll be done for the evening. Guessing this might be an archway for... Oh, this will probably be an archway to finish off the outside of the door area. Most likely. Let's find out. Ah, there it is. Yep. Okay. There we go. In the film, the cantina doors open sideways, but in the Lego version they slide up. It saves space for opening doors and makes it easier to play out the fast escape scenes when you can quickly pull the doors up or down. Pardon me. I was actually wondering why they've had it open up, and now I'm glad that they addressed it. Okay. In the front of this guy. 3. Okay, I think that's end. Yep, that's the end of that one. And now we are on to bag 9. Bag 9 is half of the bags, but as mentioned already, these are not built or filled equally. Right now we're on page 158 and there's over 400 pages, so we're not even to the halfway point instructions-wise yet. Let's read this. Believe it or not, Dr. Cornelius Evazin is, in fact, a doctor. He was once a promising surgeon, but eventually became notorious for conducting twisted medical experiments on his patients. He has the death sentence on 12 systems. What a delightful gentleman. Okay. Let's build him first. Yeah, that's him. That's his hair. And he needs a blaster. He gets a black blaster. Okay. He is the one who tells Luke that he doesn't like his face and that his friend doesn't like it either. That's this guy. And Pondo Baba is an associate and friend to Dr. Evazan. He is an Aqualish thug who once smuggled spices for Jabba the Hutt. Bored and looking for excitement, Ponda picked a fight with the wrong farm boy and ended up -1 arm. Yep. As we all know. Turns out, when Obi-Wan chops off this dude's arm, it was one of the very few times that you actually see blood from a lightsaber wound. Because most of the time, the lightsaber cauterizes the wound as it cuts. Which is why when you see people get sliced and stuff in the movie, there's very little blood. So, well, this was the first time that happened in a movie, and them making an excuse for why there was blood, the reasoning is some people think that maybe Aqualish creatures' blood simply cannot be cauterized. So, I mean, it's all baloney. So, it's good enough reason as any, I suppose. Okay, how does that go? That goes across there, like so. I don't know what this is. Might be a top for something, maybe? Or maybe it'll be a... Oh, we'll find out. Not sure. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's the top. It goes right across there. Somehow. Let's orient it according to the directions. There. Okay. Alright, now more weird doodads. This is a hanging light fixture. Oops. At the entrance. Entrance hanging light fixture. Oops, off by one. Didn't want to do that. was smart, I would just start on the edge and work my way in so that that's not a problem. Okay. Ooh, interesting dome across the top here. That's fun. Oh. And it will actually pivot up like that so that you can get in there if you need to, if you're playing with the set. But it just sits right down on there. It's nice. There you go. The first complete looking area. So we have our entrance to the cantina done there. Oh, and now we get to put so our bar connects back here. All right. Oh, I wonder if this set might be built so that you can close it all up or pivot the whole thing open. And so these are actually going to be moving hinges. Actually, I don't know that yet. I think these things are going to be moving hinges. Let's find out. Not that I wasn't excited about this set already, but that right there just brought me a lot of joy. Just the hope that this is going to be like that's really exciting. Those over here. Another one of those. Where do you go, little fella? Oh, right there. Okay, this is kind of back across there. I don't know why they didn't have me put that in there earlier. That was kind of tough. Usually they make the build order such that things that are inside of other areas you do first before you build up out and around it. It's kind of odd. Okay, we have another tap. And I thought we were done with the bar. There we go. Caught it. Alright. Building across this guy. building some nice broad arches to finish off our food area, our tables, dining area. There we go. I think the tops of our dining tables here might be individual tops. I think maybe that's what I'm putting together right now. It's just kind of individual roofing. Let's see if that's where this one goes. Haha, it does. There we go. Right there. And it's, like I was saying, easy to hold it into place, but it'll come right off. So you can actually get down in there if you're playing with the set. Okay. Here. Four. Boom, boom, boom. Back over. I wonder why they didn't just have me put that piece on originally. Okay, that's probably for the corner here. It is. All right. Slides right into place perfectly. Oh, and that's that. Okay. Right on. Well, we are done with half of the bags. Certainly not half of the build. Actually, we're pretty close to half of the build. But we're not going to push it. Instructions-wise, that is. So we are... Oops. Wrong key. We're doing good. We are not quite halfway done. We've got this, which looks like it's going to be a way to open up the kind of the dollhouse effect. It'll all collapse down in on itself, and then it'll open it back up where you can play with everything. All the tops come off. That's really cool. The bar looks really cool. I actually was not expecting such a such a detailed bar here. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm having a great time with this build. Looking great to me so far. Hope you're enjoying it too. Thank you all for showing up today. We'll be back here 2 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow and see how far we can get. I mean, it's certainly possible. I don't know. We'll see how far we can get. We're playing this one fast and loose this weekend. So thank you all for showing up. See you guys tomorrow.